Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create and send Stripe payment link from Notion item on Gmail. So are you also using Notion for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I am using Notion to add the details of my customer in my database. So I wish that as soon as I add the details like services used and the price of these services, automatically a payment link should be created with the help of Stripe, and that payment link should be sent to my customer on Gmail account. To do this, we are going to create a connection between Notion, Stripe and again Gmail. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use Notion, and for action, we are using Stripe and Gmail. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to learn how to create and send Stripe payment link from Notion item on Gmail. So to do this, I have already opened the landing page of Pabbly. Simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser, it is very easy. So as soon as you'll open the landing page of Pabbly, you are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I am going to click on sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over there you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on Access Now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button right over here, which says Create Workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as create and send Stripe payment link from Notion item on Gmail. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application, which is Notion, because I want that as soon as I add the details of my customer, as you can see right over here, I have added the name, email, services used, price of the services used, description and the quantity. So I want that as soon as I add all of these details, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for it and select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new database item. And then we are going to click on connect. And over here you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Notion account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Notion. And over here it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on select pages and give permission only for the selected pages. So over here you can see that I have selected my page, which is beauty salon, because I want to create the automation for this page only. So that's why I'm going to select this and give Pabbly the access to the permissions. So I'm going to click on allow access because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on this, and as soon as you're going to click on this, you can see that you have successfully connected your Notion account with your Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the database ID. So over here you can see that it is beauty salon automatically selected. And now we are going to move on forward. But before moving on forward, you can see that Notion is a pooling based application and it says this trigger will check for new data in 8 hours only. So over here, as soon as I'm going to click on save and send test request, Pabbly will capture the last response or the latest response. So Pabbly is going to capture the response of this data which I've added already. Over here you can see the name, email, service used, price of the service, description and the quantity. So I'm going back to my workflow and over here we are going to click on save and send test request so that Pabbly can capture that data. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here you can see all the details. Over here you can see the service type. Over here you can see the description of the service. We are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the amount. Over here you can see the name of our customer and also the email of our customer. So this means that my trigger step is successful. But before moving to our action step, first I'll let you know that Notion is a pooling based application, and over here you can see that it is saying this trigger will check for new data in 8 hours. So if you wish, you can reduce this time or increase this time too. So to reduce or increase, you are going to click on the 3 dots, and from here we are going to go on set trigger time. And over here you can see the trigger time. So we are going to keep the trigger time as check for 8 hours only. If you wish, you can select the minimum trigger time, the maximum, or any another from here. So now our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. For our action application, we are going to select Stripe because I want that as soon as I add the new database item in my Notion, automatically a product should be created in my Stripe with the help of these details. So I'm going to search for Stripe, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create a product. So first we are going to create a product, then we are going to create a price, and then we are going to create the payment link. So first I'm going to click on connect. And over here you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Stripe account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, go on add a new connection, and then it will ask you for the token. So to get this token, we are going to read the help desk, and it is saying to get the API token, log into your Stripe account and navigate to developers API keys. Then click on the create secret key. So over here you can see that there's a hyperlink attached right over here. So we are going to open this hyperlink in a new tab. And now you can see that it is opening my API key section. So we don't have to do much. Directly we are going to click on this hyperlink right over here, and it will open the API key section. And over here you can see that this is my secret key. So I'm going to click on reveal test key. And now I'm going to copy this key, and then we are going to paste this key in our workflow. And yes, after pasting this key, we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Stripe account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the name, description, and type. So over here we are going to map this. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Notion as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as I'm going to map these details, automatically my details will change with every new database item. So I'll let you know that if I'll enter the name like demo user, so as soon as I typed this name manually, so this will not change with every new database updated. But if I'm going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because the previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here. So over here we are going to open this, and then we are going to search for service. So I'm going to search for it, and over here you can see service used hair care. So we are going to map this. And now for the description, we are again going to open the response, and then we are going to search for description right over here. And over here you can see the description, which is deep conditioning treatment for dry hair. So we are going to map this, and now it is asking me for the type. So as you can see that this is not the required field, so we are going to click on save and send test request directly. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created the product. Over here is the product ID, and over here you can see the description of the product and the name of the product. So this means that this action step is also successful. We are going to move on to the next, and now we are going to create the price of the product. So to do that, again we are going to search for Stripe for our action application. We are going to select it, and now for the action event we are going to select it as create price because we wish to create it, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that again it is asking me for the same. So this time we are going to click on select existing connection and then save, because we have already created a connection. And now it is asking me for the product ID. So again we are going to map this. So we are going to map this from our action application. So we are going to open this, and over here you can see the product ID. So I'm going to map this. And now it is asking me for the unit amount. So we are going to map the price. So I'm going to search for price right over here. And over here you can see the price. So I'm going to map this. So we are going to read the help desk, and it is saying the amount should be a positive integer in cent representing how much to charge. The amount must be in the smallest unit of the currency. For example, pass 1000 for rupees 10. So if I wish to add rupees 10 right over here, I have to write 1000. And over here if I'm wishing to add 199, I have to enter 2 more zeros so that this can move further. And now it is asking me for the currency. So again we are going to read the help desk, and it is saying 3-letter ISO currency code in the lower case must be a supported currency. So over here you can see a hyperlink. So we are going to open this in a new tab, and then we are going to look for the currency code right over here. So over here I'm right now in India, so I'm going to search for India's currency, and over here you can see INR. So this is the currency code of my country. So I'm going to copy this, and then we are going to paste this in our workflow right over here under currency. And now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the recurring interval, so I'm going to keep it as none only, and then we are going to move move on forward. Over here you can see that it is asking me for some more details, so I'm going to leave these details because these details are not the required details. And now it is asking me for the tags behavior, so I'm going to keep it as inclusive only, and then we are going to click on save and send test request. And over here you can see that we have received the positive response. Over here is the price ID. This means that we have successfully created the price of our product too. And now we are going to move on forward to another action step. So I'm going to click on over here add action step. And then we are going to again search for Stripe because now we want to create a payment link. So I'm going to search for it and select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create payment link. And now we are going to click on connect. And over here again it is asking me for the same. So I'm going to click on select existing connection and then save because I've already created a connection once. And now you can see that we have successfully connected this. It is asking me for some more details. It is asking me to automatically enable tags, allow promotion codes, billing address collection. So I'm going to keep it as same only. If you wish, you can definitely change this. And now it is asking me for the shipping address. So I'm going to keep it as India. So to do that, I'm going to write it as IN. This is the code for India. And now we are going to move on forward. Over here, it is asking me for the phone number collection enabled. So I'm going to keep it as true. If you wish, you can also keep it as false. And now it is asking after completion type. So I'm going to keep it as hosted confirmation. And over here, it is asking me for the after completion hosted confirmation custom message. So I'm going to enter the message right over here, which is this. And now after entering this, we are going to move on forward. And now it is asking me for the after completion redirect. So I'm going to click on this plus right over here. And over here in the important notes, you can see that it is saying for step-to-step instructions of adding line items, including price ID and quantity, click on this learn more. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. And over here you can see that it is giving me all the details which I have to add. Over here you can see line item price and also line item quantity. So both of these are the required fields. So we have to add this. So first I'm going to copy this price and then we are going to paste it in a label right over here. And now for the value, we are going to map the price ID we created. So I'm going to open this and over here you can see the price ID. So I'm going to map this. Again, we are going to add another. And over here, we are going to enter the quantity. So over here, you can see line item 0 quantity. So I'm going to copy this and then we are going to paste this over here in our label. And for the value, we are going to open this and over here, we are going to go on Notion and search for quantity. Over here, you can see the quantity number. So we are going to map 1. And now after mapping this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received a positive message that we have created the payment link. Over here, we are going to scroll and over here you can see this is our payment link. So I'm going to copy this and then we are going to open this in a new tab and check for the link. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created this payment link and now we wish to send this payment link to our customer through Gmail. So to do that, again, we are going to add another action step. And now our action application would be Gmail. So I'm going to search for Gmail right over here and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as sent email. And again, we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that again, it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your Gmail account, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Gmail. And over here, after selecting my Gmail account, it is asking me for some permissions. So again, I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow because Pabbly is safe. And as soon as you are going to click on allow, you can see that you have successfully connected your Gmail account with your Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the recipient email addresses. So I'm going to map this again. I'm going to search for email right over here. And as you can see, my customer email, which is this demo@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to map this. And now it is asking me for CC and BCC. So I'm going to leave this as blank because these are not the required field. And now for the sender's name, I'm going to enter the name of my beauty salon, which is Classic Touch. And now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the email subject. So I want the email subject to be this. Complete your booking and pamper yourself at Classic Touch. And now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the reply to. So we are going to leave it as blank. It is asking me for the email content type. So I'm going to keep it as plain only. And now it is asking me for the email content. So I want the content to be this. Hi. Thank you for choosing Classic Touch to enhance your natural beauty and the rest of the message. But you can see that I've left some of the spaces right over here and also over here. So we are going to map the details right over here. First, we are going to map the name of our customer in front of hi. Over here, we are going to map the amount and over here we are going to map the URL, which is the payment link. So first we are going to map the customer name right over here. So over here I'm going to map this because I want all of my customers should receive a more personalized mail. And now we are going to search for name right over here, and as you can see that this is the name of my customer, so we are going to map this. And now it is saying thank you for choosing Classic Touch to enhance your natural beauty. We are excited to welcome you for your upcoming service. This email confirms your booking for. Over here we are going to map the price, so I'm going to search for price right over here. As you can see that this is the price, so we are going to map this, and over here I'm going to add the rupees sign in front of this. And now we are going to move on forward. To secure your appointment slot and ensure a seamless experience, kindly complete your payment by clicking on the secure link below. Over here we are going to add the payment link. So over here we are going to open this create payment link, and from here we are going to map the URL we created. Over here you can see that URL, so we are going to map this. We are going to map this because with every new item updated, the URL should also be changed, because this can be of hair, makeup or skincare or many another services too. That's why we are going to map this URL. And now we are going to move on forward. It is saying please note that this payment link will expire in 2 days. Once your payment is processed, your appointment will be officially confirmed. In the meantime, feel free to explore our website at classictouch.com to discover the full range of services we offer and learn more about our talented team. We can't wait to pamper you, achieve your desired look. Sincerely, Classic Touch. And now it is asking me for the file name and attachment, so we are going to leave this field as blank, and now we are going to click on save and send test request after entering the email content, email subject. And now we are going to move on forward and click on this. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that the email has been sent to our customer. So I'm going to open the email and check that if we have received it or not. And over here you can see Classic Touch, complete your booking and pamper yourself at Classic Touch. So we are going to open this, and over here you can see the same email that we entered, just the details which we have mapped has changed. Over here you can see the name demo user. Over here you can see the price which we mapped and the URL. So I'm going to open this URL, and yes, you can see it is the same URL we generated. So this means that my workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For our trigger application we selected Notion. For the trigger event we selected new database item. For the action application we selected Stripe, and then for the action event we selected create a product, create a price and create a payment link. And again for the action step we selected Gmail, and then for the action event we selected send email, because I wanted that as soon as I add the details in my Notion database, automatically a new product should be created with the help of Stripe, and then the price of the product should be also created, and then the payment link should also be created with the help of Stripe, and then that payment link should be sent to my customer on their Gmail account. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the mail we sent during this video with the help of our workflow. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can use my workflow too. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.